What's up guys, it's BricksAllOver back with another video, and this is going to be a video of how to store your LEGO instructions slash my collection tour of all my LEGO instructions, and I stored them all in this filing cabinet. Someone requested this video, so here I am doing it. And what you'll need is, even if you don't have a filing cabinet like this, you can have any type of dresser type thing that's basically 8 inches up and down, and then by 10, because it's basically the size of cardboard or just any sort of comic book storage, or you can just lay them flat all in a dresser drawer. But I'll just show you how I store my instructions, and each drawer has a different storage method. Drawer is more of a simple type method to do it, and this can work especially if you have just any old dresser and don't have like the cardboard coverings like comic book covers. And what I do is sort all of them by this size. Like I have sort of a $10 type thing there. This is the next size up. Sorry for the shadow, I just can't get lighting in here. And then it's just stacked from larger to all the way to the smallest. And then I got this LEGO game box just for all the minifigure instructions and poly bags. And then I also keep some LEGO cards in there from like a card game, and then you could keep your Ninjago or Chi-Med cards if you have any of those. And if you don't have any of that, you could just like stick it in a corner over here. But also what you can do is, of course, sort by theme, so it's much easier to find it, because if you forget what size the instruction was, and you can sort by theme, so it's much smaller pile to go through, especially if it's a theme you don't collect a lot of. So here, like I have Hobbit, there's not any out of that, but like I mostly kept this to the side just because it's the most out of all the instructions of different themes. So I just kept that separate so I can find them easier. I don't go through my instructions a lot because I don't really disassemble a set and then want to reassemble it. But I just keep them just in case like something falls and breaks and I ever want to reassemble it, or if I ever take apart a set and I want to rebuild it again. But let's go on to the next drawer, because this is pretty much done. And like I said, you can use any old dresser for this type of method. In the next drawer we have what you need by the 8x10 drawer because of these cardboards. And you can use comic book covers. That would probably work for smaller ones depending on how big they are. But what I'm using here is actually LEGO's instructions carrying cases. When you got these only came in like sets over $100, and unfortunately they do not make them anymore, so I'm not able to do them with the rest of the themes, unless of course I buy one of an older set that has it. But right here we have Ninjago, and I just have all of the Ninjago instructions stacked there, bigger instructions and back all the way to the smaller instructions. I do not include the polybags size instructions in here just because it's harder to get it out. And then like we have creators, and then there's superheroes. I mix Marvel and DC just because I don't have a whole lot of them. You can separate them if you collect that a lot. There's Ultra Agents, that's what my brother collects. There's City, and then there's one Star Wars here. And then since I collect a lot of Star Wars, I made another one just because it's really getting tight. That's one thing you want to focus on, is if it gets too tight, then you might want to make another instruction part for that. And back here we have just Ninjago posters, or not just Ninjago, but different LEGO posters I got, and that's in a LEGO Movie school poster. And then I got LEGO store bags and calendars back here. And I'll show you one of these individually. I'll take it out so you could see it better, and you can see I stacked it up just like that. There's larger ones, and then it's stacked all the way to the smaller type ones, and that's just what I did for each one of them. And the cardboard really helps, and especially when you get a lot more instructions. It helps make them flat, almost like putting a large book on it and a heavy book on it, just to flatten it out. When you condense it all together like that, it really flattens each one of them out, because normally Lego gives them all folded up. Of course, if you have any super large instructions like the Death Star, what I did is just stick it at the bottom. Not sure if you'll be able, yeah, you can see it under there. I'm not entirely sure if I'll ever need to use it, but it won't be too hard if I ever need to get to it through all these. I just need to take all of these big cardboard things out, and this is a pretty heavy amount of instructions. You can see sort of the different types of sets I have as I go through this, and this also shows you which themes I collect more of, because like, especially for Star Wars, since there's 2 comic book covers, but this was just themes I had more of, and then the top drawer was the smaller amount of themes, or like they just didn't need, they didn't really have any big instruction books that was necessary enough to make a comic book cover for it. So that concludes this video, and that's how I store my instructions. If you have any thoughts on what you think about this, if this helped you with ideas on how to store your instructions, let me know down in the comments below. I really like to hear if anyone is actually going to use any of these methods that really need an instruction manual type idea. But I just wanted to make this video to show you how I store mine, and I hope you have enjoyed. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.